Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last. You see the title, you see the thumbnail. These hairstylists are having to go back and get a 9 to 5. If you follow my channel, you are well aware of the series I have done on these hairstylists and these barbers who want to live like celebrities off the backs of working class people. Many of these stylists want to live like a term I've coined orthopedic surgeons off the regular working class people, and we've had enough of it. Before we get into the clips, if you have not seen this video by me, women can't afford to get their hair done anymore. The fall of the beauty industry. Make sure you go check it out. I will leave the link in the description below as far as here and here, and it'll also be linked at the end of the video. I also done a similar version to this video, and we're talking about barbers. Again, this is a joyous day. This is a very joyous day that these stylists are having to go back to get a 9 to 5, and it's all due to them trying to charge exorbitant prices to regular working class people. And we've had enough. We walked away and we decided to do it ourselves. Please put DIY in the comments below. DIY. We're doing it ourselves. We're cutting our own hair. We're styling our hair. The women are doing their own lashes. They're doing their own nails. They're walking away. Let's get into these clips.
So I'm going to address the elephant in the room that I'm sure a lot of service providers are facing right now and just really don't want to talk about because it's the downside to entrepreneurship. So I have noticed a good amount of entrepreneurs, including myself, that have had to go back to work due to needing to bring in revenue outside of our business. And for obvious reasons, we can't shame anybody or blame anybody because of the times that we're living in. It's hard.
No, 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 no. Y'all do have someone to blame, and it's yourself. The reason why many of these stylists are going out of business is very simple. The lack of customer service, the level of entitlement a lot of these stylists have, believing that you're blessed to even sit in their chair. They can show up. Now, you can't show up late or else you're charged a fee. But if they show up late or, you're just supposed to accept it with a smile on your face and be happy, even though you had an appointment. And these outrageous prices where they try to squeeze every dollar and every cent out of every client. Again, like I said, a lot of these stylists are trying to live well beyond their means in the form of luxury apartments, luxury vehicles, and luxury lifestyles. And they're trying to finance that off the back of working class people. And working class people have had enough. And we decided to walk away, and we're just doing it ourselves. Again, put DIY in the comments below.
But I do think this is a really good time to start implementing structures and restructuring our businesses so that way we can sustain throughout these areas, throughout these times. I really wish this topic was as bleak as the service provider girlies make it seem. Like, oh, if you do this, you'll get this. But a lot of the times, that's just not the case. So I really want to break down the 3 most important things that I think will help you grow and sustain as a business owner, including myself, that I've been learning and observing, and just break it down into a series so that way we can all understand.
What you need to break down is those prices, sweetie. Very clear. Y'all are charging too much. It's very simple. Y'all want to do the bare amount of work. I've actually had women in my comments tell me they go to get their hair done at the hair salon, and the beautician is telling them to already come with their hair washed. That's insane. I mean, isn't that the whole point of going to the hair salon? A part of the process of getting your hair done is them washing your hair, so they're making sure it's washed correctly and thoroughly. So now they're telling you to come to the salon with your hair already washed, and they want to charge you the high? That's the problem. It's the pricing and the poor customer service. It's not rocket science here. That's why many of y'all are going to have to go back to your 9 to 5s, and you're probably going to have problems there because you're going to take that same attitude and same entitlement to the 9 to 5 world, and it's not going to work there either.
Service providers are starting to go back to their 9 to 5 jobs, and I can give you a couple of reasons why. I'm honestly not surprised as someone who gets their hair done pretty often because the prices are outrageous right now. I would go get, knotless braids or box braids or something like literally like my hair length, like right here. And they'll be charging like $200, trying to charge $250. They're not washing your hair. They're not blow drying your hair. They're not doing the work. They're not doing the service. They're trying to get us to pay for their lifestyle.
Woo! Again, I just want to mention, I look at maybe the first 3 or 4 seconds of these videos, and then I react to them in real time. That's all I'm going to say.
Lifestyle that they want to live. So they're charging these prices. I'm like, y'all are not doing celebrity clients. Most of your clients, if not all of your clients, are regular people who work regular jobs. I don't understand how you're adding $10 for this, $20 for this, $30 for this, like adding for these additional charges. If you're late by 5 minutes, oh, it's an extra $30 charge. Or if you go on someone's like booking website, lists of notes of requirements of what you can and can't do, what they won't do. They don't even like to offer you water when you go into these people's homes. A lot of these people aren't even licensed to do these things, and they're trying to charge like they got license prices. When did silk presses get to become like $200? Be so for real. Once COVID started hit, like the inflation started to hit, like I understand that you have to raise your prices accordingly, but like going from $80 from a silk press to $200 for a silk press is insane to me. And people cannot pay for that stuff. Like we have other things to pay for. That's why people are learning to do beauty care themselves, learn how to do nail services themselves, or learn how to do their own hair themselves because it's not worth it. Like if I can do it myself, I'm not about to pay for it. I think the beauty industry is lacking customer service and they're lacking professionalism. Understand that you got to raise prices to go with inflation, but you need to price accordingly because nobody's going to go to you. We're going to go to other people or learn how to do it ourselves.
She has literally summed up everything I've said in the multiple videos I have made on my channel. Again, I keep telling you, at the core, and a lot of people don't want to believe it, a lot of these stylists want to live like celebrities, and that's why they're charging the prices that they are. You're paying for the $3,000 and $4,000 a month luxury apartment. You're paying for the $1,500 GL 53 and 63. I literally done a video. I will link it in the comments below. The 5 signs that you're about to get taxed by your stylist. I will leave that link in the description below. Again, they want to live like they're orthopedic surgeons, but they're just stylists. And in many cases, a lot of them are not even licensed. They're doing home hair out their home. It's absolutely insane. Again, like I said, she's literally summed up everything I've been saying in this series for some time.
Real quick, what's this talk about beauty professionals, hairstylists, and barbers?
Before she gets to talking, I could already tell you, if you go to her for any services, trust and believe you will be taxed, and I'll tell you the reasons after she's finished speaking.
Going back to a 9 to 5. Like, why is that even a popular topic right now? Do not give up. Listen, every business, every industry has highs and lows. The goal is to make sure that your low season isn't so low that you think about going back to a 9 to 5. So what are we doing? What are you doing during your slow season, right? Are you focusing on your marketing? Are you actually even posting consistently? Do people even know what you do? Are you perfecting your craft, going to get an extra certification or a training so you can be better? Are you even being professional and showing up on time to your appointments? Like, what are you doing? Why is your slow season so slow that you talking about going back to a 9 to 5? Listen, I am here to tell y'all, do not give up. The only difference between you and the beauty professional that's not having a super slow season is that they didn't give up. Is that they use their time wisely when there is a slow season. Some of y'all just sit around and think because y'all got a skill, you're going to forever be good. No, if you're treating this like a real business and you understand that it is a real business and not a side hustle, then you understand that you always have to continue working on your craft. So I'm telling y'all, do not give up. Things change, things get better, but you have to make changes, right? This is a dope industry that you are in, and you can make a lot of money. You can create another source of income, but do not give up. Reevaluate your back office. What are you doing? Are you being the best beauty professional that you can be? We are not going backwards. We are not going back to a 9 to 5. So keep pushing because it's going to get better.
You see how they believe that a 9 to 5 is somehow going backwards? I don't understand that logic at all. But again, if you, what stood out to me immediately, once, as soon as I saw this video play, I saw the diamond chain. I see the red leather interior. That looks like that may be custom. And I see it. I don't know if those are Cartiers, but they're similar to the what do they call them? The buffs. So I already can tell you right off the bat, like I said, this is one of those stylists that are going to tax you heavy. This is one of those stylists that if she was a braider, her braids is going to be 1,000 plus. If she cut hair, this is the barber that's charging you $100, $150 for a haircut. Again, what needs to happen is they need to reevaluate their attitudes and reevaluate their prices. It's just too high. Everyone understands that, of course, the price is not going to be what they were 15 years ago. But when we get to the point where you're literally robbing people, you got to understand, it used to be a point in time when getting your hair cut, getting your hair done, that was one of the simplest things you could do as a person to make yourself feel good about yourself. My fellas know it's nothing like having a fresh cut. You fresh out the barber shop, especially it's a summer day, you hop in the whip, you feeling like you could bag anything. Anything you step to is telling you yes, just with a fresh cut. Women, I'm sure you felt the same way. But these prices have become so exorbitant, so much tax. It's almost like a luxury to get a simple haircut or your hair done. And we got to stop that. Like I said, 2025, we doing it ourselves. DIY in the comments. Let's go.
Put the original creator below. Go ahead and check out her video. The gist of what she was asking was why nowadays that a lot of stylists are running into the problem of retention, not being able to hold on to clients and not being able to recruit clients. There's a lot of different areas to this, but a lot of the services that are being provided by today's stylists, it's not worth it. Even though I make okay money, I'm not out here just throwing it away. Every time I'm looking for goods or services, I'm running an analysis as to whether if it is worth the cost of what I'm paying for it. A lot of the comments that I got was, oh, don't look into those Instagram people. You got to pick better stylists. And no, I'm not a bust down wig install girly. For the most part, 90% of the time, a silk press. I come from the salon days. You would come in, pay $60, $50 for your silk press. You getting a wash, a condition, plastic cap on, getting sat under the dryer, or a steam treatment, and then you're coming out getting an actual leave-in conditioner, hot combed at the roots, flat iron and curled with the Marcel irons, saran wrapped under the dryer again for a couple of minutes, and then your silk press was done. Nowadays, these stylists are charging upwards to $200 for a basic silk press that does not even come standard with a conditioning treatment. Then just going in raw, blow drying us, and then flat ironing us. And then we're wondering why our hair is dry and why it's breaking after a week after the silk press. And stylist's only retort is, you need to get this specific treatment, which is an addition to the silk press cost. One stylist told me everybody's natural and everybody's hair is thick. Run some specials. Bring your own bottle, meaning bring your own conditioner. We could buy those conditioners that y'all get from the Ulta Leader sale. It ain't no biggie. But like, get creative if that's the case. If it's really about inflation or if it's really about the cost of products, get creative. In this economy where every single dollar and every single penny matters, we just want to feel like things are worth it. That's my answer to that.
Very well said. Again, like I said, we need to bring back stylists over 40. Again, like I said, I mentioned this in a previous video, 2 red flags to look out for. If your stylist has more than 10K followers on any social platform and it's under the age of 40, understand you're about to get taxed. We need to bring back the movement of older stylists. In my opinion, 40 plus. This is your time to shine. Get back in the game. The market is wide open. Like I said, a lot of these young stylists, they don't really want to do the work. Again, they're trying to live. They want to do the bare basics, but charge you premium prices. And like she mentioned in the video, they want to charge you add-ons for things that used to be a part of the original service years ago. Again, like I said, it all boils down to, like I said, you have a lot of people in the beauty industry that don't belong. They don't want to really do the work. They're very lazy, and they look at this as a quick hustle to live a luxury lifestyle.
Beauty professionals going back and getting a 9 to 5. My top 3 reasons why. Number one, it's just not your passion. You thought this was a quick hustle. You thought you could get some money, and this is just not it. If it's not your passion, get out the way, sis, and let the grill girls do it. Number two is y'all jump right into getting a salon suite, didn't do no due diligence on savings, anything like that. You're not reinvesting the money into your business, just not doing right with the money. Oh, and why would I forget the lack of professionalism? It's kind of sad, but yeah. If y'all think of any other reasons why beauty professionals are going back to getting a 9 to 5, let me know in the comments.
Solid points. Like I said, the lack of professionalism, hustle culture. That's ultimately the reason why a lot of them are not being able to sustain. Like I said, they're not trying to build a business. They're trying to hustle and make quick money so they can buy trinkets. That's what it really boils down to. They're not trying to build for the long term. It's a quick money grab, and that's the long and short of it.
There has been a lot of videos I've been seeing where they're talking about service providers in the beauty industry going back to traditional 9 to 5s. And I just want to say that I feel the main cause of this right now is just a pure lack of self-awareness. It's one thing to lack accountability, but how can you be accountable for something that you are not even aware of? Right? So you can't even fix a problem that you don't know you have. And a lot of times people jump into stuff for the wrong reason. We live in an era where being an influencer is a career. Like, think about that. People are getting paid to influence other people to do things. And when you are a part of a generation that is obsessed with everything outside of themselves, that's not a good thing, because you're not doing what you need to do for yourself. You're not doing the things that work for you. You're doing what you see other people doing because it looks like a good idea, because it looks fun, right? Because you like, oh, I can do that. But should you do it? That's the question. All of us can do a lot of things, but should you be doing those things is the question. And that's where self-awareness comes in. That's where having a relationship with yourself to where you understand your shortcomings. You understand your strengths. You understand your weaknesses. When you fuck up, you're the first person to check yourself, right? And this is not to say that some of these clients aren't problematic, because they are. But at the end of the day, you can't control nobody but yourself. I can't control a crazy ass client, but I can limit the amount of crazy clients that I have to deal with by having a better understanding of who I am and what I offer and what I'm capable of. Here's an example. And this is an example from my own personal experience. I used to schedule clients for 9 a.m. knowing I wasn't an early bird. Like, I would have people out there waiting for me. And this was early on in my career, right? I would have people waiting for me knowing damn well I was going to be late.
Yeah, that's insane. The fact that she would literally schedule clients for 9 a.m. knowing that she wasn't going to show up on time. Again, like this, at least I guess this was early on in her career. So I guess now she probably schedules clients a little bit later on in the day. But that's actually absolutely hilarious. But then again, like I said, this is real. This is what these stylists really do. They'll have you book an appointment knowing well in advance that they're not going to show up on time. They know this. Like I said, again, I tell you, this stuff, this is not stuff that's done by accident. It's not a one-off incident. They really are that entitled. They believe that, like I said, you're blessed to sit in their chair. You're blessed to even be in their presence and having them do your hair. But like I said, I'm glad that she learned from her mistakes. And like I said, sounds like she's more self-aware and how to run a more professional business.
Hey, what's up, y'all? So I know I'm a little late on this subject, but I wanted to talk about, there's been videos circulating around about stylists going back to 9 to 5s, right? So I want to make something clear. I'm a 27-year licensed cosmetologist, retired. I just retired from a 27-year career. And to be honest with you, the 9 to 5, the ones that you all are talking about, going back to the 9 to 5s, they're not cosmetologists. There are levels to this. When you take the time to go to school, to learn your theory, to get licensed, it's a career. Majority of the stylists that a lot of these customers are going to, because you're not clients, you're chair hoppers. You go from one stylist chair to another stylist because of what you see on, your feed, on social media, on TikTok, IG. And yes, they do great hair, but majority of them are not licensed. You go for the specific style. You're not going for the complete service. As a 27-year veteran, I've worked in the salon. Back in the day, we used to do about 15, 20 clients a day. You understand? I worked for a product company. I was an educator and a platform artist. So my skill set and my experience set me apart from a lot of people. But I see a lot of customers, and I call y'all customers because I'm gonna tell you something. When you're dealing with a licensed cosmetologist, she has clientele, especially if she's been in the business for a long time. She has a standing clientele. I could not have been in this industry 27 years if I didn't have clients. A lot of y'all are just chair hoppers. You see a particular style and you go get that style from that stylist, but you don't sit in her chair anymore. Particular style.
That's a very good point that she brought up, and something that really hasn't been addressed. A lot of these girls are going to these hairstylists, like I said, like she said, a lot of them are not licensed, not for the whole experience, but because that person is able to do one particular style that is popular right now. And then what in turn happens, they go to this individual and yeah, they may be able to do this style, but everything else is crap. They're not on time, poor customer service, poor communication. Like I said, they don't value your time or anyone else's. So she's making some great points here.
Style is just for a style. You're not going to a licensed cosmetologist booking the same day appointment. Because if she's good and she has clientele, you're not getting a same day appointment. You're not going to be able to just get in and out. You all want what's quick and convenient. And I get that. But understand this, when you get something that's quick and convenient, something's going to lack. As a licensed cosmetologist, you are required by the state to practice sanitation. A shampoo is required. It's a part of that sanitation process. If she's not licensed, she's not required to shampoo you. Okay? That's why they can charge you the upcharge for all of these different, like a la carte. She's not required by state to shampoo you. A lot of these new customers, and I say you customers because you don't keep up maintenance on your natural hair. You're not rebooking. You're not being consistent. You don't have a standing appointment. But the person that you're going to get a particular style, you're going to somebody else for another style. That stylist that you're dealing with, she doesn't know what a sodium hydroxide is. She doesn't know what a ammonium thioglycolate is. She don't know.
Ooh, break it down, Auntie. Break it down to him.
Where the occipital bone is. She's not educated in theory. So let's get this all the way right. Don't get it twisted. If you take the time out to go to a licensed professional, she has made a commitment in her career. You just going for a quick fix to a YouTube University stylist that looks at this as a hustle.
Facts. Hustle culture is huge in this hair care industry, and honestly, I think it's actually really ruined it. People have gotten into this industry to chase a bag, to try to live a lifestyle. Again, like I said, many of these stylists are not licensed, as Auntie has said, and they're just getting in this essentially for a quick money grab. Again, I look forward to hearing from you in the comments. How do you feel about these hairstylists going back to 9 to 5? I mean, I feel like this is going to be great for the industry. I feel like all my DIYers out there, You're having an effect, you're having an impact, and you're making a statement. Again, let's put DIY in the comment section below. I look forward to hearing from you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.